He dragged his broken leg, hoping someone would finally see him. He had been alone for so long that he almost forgot what kindness felt like. Bruno was just skin and bones when people first spotted him wandering near the edge of a small village. His fur was gone, eaten away by mange, and his body was covered in open wounds. But what broke everyone's heart was his leg. It was nothing but bare bone. Worms had eaten through the flesh, and still he kept moving. No one knows how long Bruno had been out there. Locals said he'd been seen many times before, walking the same paths, searching for food. Some threw stones to chase him away. Others ignored him completely. He had once belonged to someone, but like so many dogs in that area, when he was no longer useful, he was abandoned. He survived on scraps, drinking from dirty puddles, hiding under old fences when it rained. For a long time, he believed no one would ever stop for him. Until one day, someone finally did. A rescuer spotted a post online about a limping dog living near an abandoned farm. The message said he'd been waiting there for months, as if he still believed his owner might return. The team drove straight there, not sure what they'd find. When they arrived, they saw him weak, shaking, and terrified. His eyes darted from one rescuer to another, unsure whether they were there to hurt him or help him. He tried to run, but his body gave out after only a few steps. It was heartbreaking. That was the first moment they called him Bruno. At the clinic, the vets were shocked by his condition. His wounds weren't new. They had been left untreated for months, maybe longer. Infection had eaten deep into his skin. The smell was terrible, and the pain he must have endured was unthinkable. His blood work showed severe malnutrition, dehydration, and anemia. But through all that pain, Bruno never showed aggression. When the vet reached out to clean his wounds, he didn't bite or growl. He just looked up with those tired eyes, as if to say, "Please don't give up on me." His treatment began immediately. The vets cleaned the infection and carefully bandaged his leg. But soon, it became clear that the damage was too severe. The leg couldn't be saved. The only way to stop the spreading infection was surgery. It was risky. Bruno was weak and underweight, but there was no other option. Everyone waited anxiously outside the surgery room, praying he would make it through. Hours later, the vet came out smiling. The surgery was a success. Bruno had survived. When he woke up, he was groggy but calm. For the first time in years, he wasn't in pain. The infection was gone. He looked around the room, confused but safe, maybe for the first time in his life. From that day, everything began to change. With antibiotics, vitamins, and daily meals, Bruno's body slowly started to heal. His fur began to grow back, his eyes became brighter, and his tail wagged every time someone walked in. The clinic staff adored him. They said he was one of the gentlest dogs they had ever cared for. Each day, Bruno grew stronger. Even with 3 legs, he learned to walk again. The first time he took a few unsteady steps on his own, everyone in the room cheered. He looked up proudly, as if he finally realized that this was his second chance. A few weeks later, Bruno moved into a foster home. His foster mom gave him what he had missed most, love. She set up a warm bed just for him and made sure he always had food and water nearby. At first, Bruno didn't know how to react. He wasn't used to being touched gently or spoken to softly. But over time, he began to trust. He followed his foster mom everywhere. When she cooked, he sat by her feet. When she watched TV, he curled up beside her. For the first time, he slept deeply without fear or hunger. Every day brought a small miracle. His fur grew thicker, his energy returned, and his confidence blossomed. The frightened dog who once hid from everyone now loved cuddles, walks, and belly rubs. Bruno's story touched people all over the world. Messages came flooding in. People sent food, toys, and kind words. They couldn't believe that the broken dog from the streets was now this happy, shining soul. Months later, Bruno was officially ready for adoption. He had healed completely, both inside and out. When his foster mom introduced him to his new forever family, it was an emotional moment. Bruno wagged his tail and leaned in for hugs, as if he already knew these were his people. Now he lives a peaceful, happy life. He runs around the garden on 3 legs like it's nothing. He plays with his toys, enjoys his meals, and loves his new family more than anything. Sometimes, his rescuers still visit him. They say that when they see him now, it's hard to believe he's the same dog they once found lying broken and afraid. His eyes are full of life. His fur shines in the sunlight. He's strong, confident, and loved. Bruno's journey reminds us all of one simple truth. Even the most broken hearts can heal with love. He went from being invisible, just another stray no one wanted, to being the center of someone's world. And if you ever wonder whether rescue makes a difference, just look at Bruno. His story is proof that a single act of kindness can change a life forever. If Bruno's story touched your heart, give it a like or share it. Every share helps more animals like him find love and safety.